Hey all, here is my layout that I created for a cover of my book, and we're going to learn two techniques on this layout. The first is to do the 3D text, and the second is to do the reflection. Now you can do the reflection or 3D with anything. You don't have to do it with just text, but we are going to learn these techniques. And I have a file here that is a working file that I created, and this is some alpha from Nikki at Shabby Pickle, I think, but you can get any alphabet from any digital scrapbooking kit and bring them in. You can also go ahead and create a text layer if you want to just use any font, and also do this same technique. But after you create the text, you're going to want to right click and choose simplify before you move forward. And so we're going to focus first on this L. So I'm going to zoom in. And I do want to say that sometimes Photoshop Elements can be funky when you're using these keyboard shortcuts. They actually didn't always work for me. I had to several times while I was playing with this actually close Photoshop Elements all the way out and reopen it again, and it suddenly worked. So I don't know why it's got that little tick to it, but if these shortcuts are not working for you, do try to just close out your program and open it back up. Now I'm going to hold down my Alt key, and you're going to be amazed at how simple this is. I'm going to hold down my Alt key, and I'm going to hit my left arrow key. Now you'll notice that layer 7 has been copied and moved 1 pixel to the left. Now I'm going to hit my page up arrow key. And you're going to see over here in the layers palette, it created another layer and instantly moved it up 1 pixel. Now, so that I can do all of my letters the same, I counted. So I just did 2, and I'm going to continue this process hitting the left arrow key and the up arrow key, and I'm for 14 times. So here goes the third time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now you can do it a lot more than that. It's just going to make your letter thicker. You can do it less than that, and you'll have a thinner letter. It's all in what you are going for, but I did count them so that I could get them all the same. Then let's choose the layer below the top one. Hold down the Shift and Control keys and scroll on down all the way to the bottom one so that we highlight them all. And then right click and choose Merge Layers. Now we only have 2 layers here. I'm going to hit the New Adjustment layer, Gradient Map, and you're going to see it changed the way this looks here. Then I'm going to change it to a blending mode that's in one of these that makes it darker. You might want to just play around until you get something you like. That one would work with Linear Burn, or there's Multiply. If you want to play with the coloring, double click on this. Double click on this to open up your gradient editor. Click on this color stop, which activates this down here. Double click on that, and then you bring up your color picker. And now I can maybe, if I want that a little bit darker, I can so choose to do that, or maybe I want it a little bit more in the orangey tones, in the brown tones actually. And I'm going to click OK and OK. Minimize this. Then, because I only want this affecting the layer below it, I'm going to press Control G to group them together. And now I have a 3D text. It's as simple as that. Now when we go to the O, I want to share with you a little bit of a tidbit. You don't have to do left and up, left and up. You can do any combination that you want. So for a sample here, I'm going to hold down my Alt key and I'm going to do right and down. And you can see that now it is created it so that the thick edge, the 3D edge, is on the left side and on the top. Over here, it's on the right side and down. So you can create this however you want to create it. It can be done either way. Or you might want to do the right arrow and the up key instead and see what you get. There is no right or wrong. You choose what method you want for whatever it is that you are going for. So I'm going to hit the undo key a zillion times and get us back down to the first layer with the O, and I'm going to create all of these the same. So I'm going to hold the Alt key and count 14 times, hitting left and up arrow keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Select the one below the one that I was currently on. Hold down my Shift and Control keys. Go down to the first layer, right click, and choose to merge layers. And this time, oh, I didn't get them all. Yes, I did. Okay. This time, instead of making a new adjustment layer and trying to get the coloring and everything just right, I'm actually going to click on this adjustment layer, hit Control J, move it up here, hit Control G to group it. And just like that, I have fixed that layer so it matches the other one. I'm actually going to hold down my Control key as I click on these three, and I'm going to lock them, and I'm going to lock these three also. I keep right clicking accidentally, and I'm going to move these down so they're in order. So we have the L and then the O, and then the next one up is the V. So let's do the same thing 14 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to click on this one here below it, Shift and Control key, scroll down to my original layer 8, right click, merge layers, then activate this gradient layer I created, Control J, and drag it with my mouse between these two. You can see right now over here, because it's affecting all layers beneath it, it's really made this one a darker color. So we're going to Control G so it only affects that V layer. Select them all to lock them. One more time with the E. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Select this one below it. Scroll down till I find the first one. Right click, merge layers. I'm going to Control J to make a copy of that gradient layer. Drag it up with my mouse. Control G so it only affects that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and lock those 3 layers. Just like that, we have made 3D text. Now, in Photoshop Elements 8, which I'm working on, you can use I did the grid. Probably should do the grid. You can use the ruler in Photoshop Elements 8 and drag out a ruler, and then